when you look at flu rates in the country, um, they've, and not even this country, the entire world, the flu has just disappeared.
Mhm.
And if you talk to most people about regular upper respiratory infections for probably, adenovirus, rhinovirus, and the other coronavirus variants, uh, people are, don't not getting sick. And
Mhm.
so what do you think the explanation is for the flu just completely disappearing? Because I know there are conspiracy theorists who say, well, it's because it's, the same thing or whatever. I mean, that's not even possibly remotely true. but but clearly there's just no flu. And is it because of all the mitigation measures we're using with schools and things like that? Because if that's the case, it's not working for COVID. I just,
Well,
I'm kind of curious.
yeah. So I think that's basically what it is. So the thing with the difference between the SARS-CoV-2 and the flu and some of the other endemic viruses is the size of the magnitude of the problem, if you will, right? So in other words, yes, the mitigation measures have actually served to tamp down SARS-CoV-2 as well. There's no question. If you lock down like China did, right, that you can reduce down the incidence of SARS-CoV-2 to zero, right? And so those same mitigation measures will work on flu and adenovirus and all those other infectious diseases. It's just that the magnitude of those problems is so much smaller normally that when you actually come down and you with this iron fist and you just like lock everything down, those diseases are much more susceptible to disappearing than the big mushroom that's grown around us, which is SARS-CoV-2. So I think basically, I'm trying to think of a good analogy for that. Thanks for raising this, because it actually is making my wheels turn in terms of what the analogy would be. But I just think it's sort of um, it's a much bigger, the pandemic virus is a much bigger and more frequent infectious organism in the world right now compared to flu and adenovirus. And so when you come down and you put down this iron sort of fist down and you just like do a blanket, shutdowns and mitigation measures, the smaller problems are going to disappear much more quickly because they're smaller.